Welcome to day 2 of Riot Fest. I'm backstage in the media area, which looks vaguely prison-like, but I assure you it's lovely. Car Con Carne, sponsored by SopelSolar.com, S-O-P-E-L, Solar.com. Brent Sopel, who used to be a Chicago Blackhawk, who was on the Stanley Cup winning team. Brent Sopel is going to help you switch to solar. There are tax credits floating around up there, both on the local and national level, that will expire at the end of the year. So now is the perfect time to get in on solar, save a bundle, nothing out of pocket. Just go through the consultation online. It's fun to do, and it could change your finances for the better. SopelSolar.com. Do you miss the 1990s? Do you miss all the great music from that period, grunge and punk and indie? Think about if you could time travel back to the 90s. Think about all the cool shows you could see, the Pumpkins at the Avalon or at Lounge Acts, or Wesley Willis, anywhere. Think about just being able to zoom back in time and hang out in the middle of Chicago's legendary music scene. The best way to time travel back? It's the new novel, 90 Days in the 90s, a rock and roll time travel story. It's the ultimate novel about the 90s and Chicago's music scene. Join record store owner Darby on her trip back to the 90s in Chicago as she jumps on the gray line to time travel back to her carefree 20s, soaking up all the pop culture and rock and roll nostalgia you could ever imagine. To learn more, go to 90 Days in the 90s, get a signed copy while you're there, signed by author Andy Fry, or just pick up the book on Amazon or wherever it is you buy books. All right, we're backstage at Riot Fest. I'm James Van Osel. That right there is Jordan from Alexisonfire. You heard me, Alexisonfire. The band is back together.
We are, yeah.
I kind of thought you all hated each other.
No, funny enough, we've never hated each other. We just kind of blew it out. We had too much for too short of a time. Someone told me the other day, we've been doing some smaller club shows here in the States, and we were in Cleveland the other night, and someone found a stat, one of the fans, that said we had done close to 300 shows in 1 year.
That's exhausting.
That's the way to break up a band. So I think for us, it was more so just sheer exhaustion of trying to keep all that going. And when we split, it was fairly amicable. Like, there was some ruffles here that we were kind of like obviously upset about it, but at the same time, it needed to happen. It was the right thing to do at that time. And then obviously after that, we all kind of ventured out and did our own things for many years. Most notably, Dallas was City Color, and I ended up joining Billy Talent for like 6 years and writing and recording 2 records with them. And the other guys in the band, like Wade, has a wonderful career doing film and television scoring and all kinds of crazy stuff. And the other guys do Steele and George are busy; they have actual careers. So it's like it was something that needed to happen. However, we've kind of been toying with writing and playing music together again since about 2015, I think it was. Nothing really on the horizon other than just having fun, and we kind of missed each other. And then
that's adorable.
It is. It's true. We really do like each other. And then we kind of got to a point after writing and releasing just a couple of songs, just kind of when we had spare time from our other projects, we would release those. And then it's kind of like, okay, well, this is fun, but can we do more? And it didn't look like we could. And then lo and behold, the pandemic came. And all of a sudden, all City and Color touring was canceled. All Billy Talent tour was canceled. Everybody was in the same city for the most part, and studios in Canada never closed. So it was almost the ideal situation for us. And obviously, we weren't seeing any family or friends either. So we created a little bubble, and we had a ton of material that we've been kind of loosely working on over the last decade. And so we kind of just hit the ground running, and we're like, yeah, this is feeling really, really good. Let's just keep doing this. All of a sudden, we're like, dude, we're like making the record right now. It just kind of happened. It was just kind of a thing. And then before you know it, it was done. And
you recorded it basically live in the same room together.
Yes.
That's old school.
It is. We've kind of always done that. It's very old school. Like, most bands don't do that. No. Like, when I did stuff for Billy Talent, it's like 2 weeks of drums in its own drum studio, and it's like, playing with nobody but tracks, right? So it's like a very different way of doing things. But with us, it's kind of, I don't know, we're kind of hippies. So it's like, we like to kind of really feel the music and feel each other's kind of vibes and kind of really take and give the feeling to each other. Like there's something special about jamming in a room with your pals. There's something you can't recreate that, and we had the ability to do that. So why not? You know, it takes we don't overdo it either. We'll do like 5 to 8 kind of takes, and usually there's something good enough in there that like we'll be able to get something out of it. So very rarely do we have to really tweak anything or re-record anything. It's just kind of all there. We do a little bit of touch-ups here and there, but no, it is what it is, and we don't mind flaws in music. It's kind of
right. That's rock and roll, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like there's miss hits here and little, it just kind of.
You're not Radiohead.
No, exactly. We like it. It's like the music we grew up listening to had flaws, and that's okay. That's what makes it organic. I think.
Yes, and the result is otherness.
It is.
So, was there any pressure self-imposed on first full length in what was it, 12, 13 years?
Pressure? I wouldn't say so. No, I would think that for us, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, we know what we like, and we just hope that people gravitate towards it. But if they don't, that's okay too. It's all right. But pressure, I don't think so. For us, it was, like I said, it was like a beautiful moment where like we really couldn't do anything else. So let's write and record this record and really, enjoy each other's company in such a strange fucking time in the world. So I think it was not only was it therapeutic from a sense of like being able to write music and play music with your friends, but just the state of the world and all the crap that was going along with the feelings that go along with that. It also kind of helped us get through that as well. So it was pressure for releasing the record. I don't think so. It was more so just a really passionate, fun experience for all of us.
That's so good to hear. I'm all in for everything you're saying. That you're doing it for the right reasons and it feels good.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And that's we've kind of always strived to do that, I think.
So here at Riot Fest, you'll see a bunch of people, and you'll see this on the road forevermore, people who grew up with you.
Yeah.
Who came up with you. What's your relationship like, you as the band?
What was the last part?
What's your relationship with your fans?
It's good. Like I think for us, we've got like this like niche fan base that sticks with us, and it's like almost like I don't know. Like we've found people following us to these last few shows all over the Midwest and stuff. We're like, wow, that's really awesome. Crazy. It's awesome. And like I said, we're kind of hippies, so it's kind of like I almost feel like we've got like this like strange kind of Grateful Dead fan base where it's like we're not nearly on that level, but just kind of the people that like it really like it, and in turn we love them too. I guess we love them for it. So it's
So you're not like the Dead. I was going to do mushrooms before I saw your set today. Don't do that?
No. Well, I mean, I think the audience would have a great time if they did, but no, we don't do that, no.
All right, Alexisonfire is back. Back, I say. Back and happy and in a good headspace and making awesome music.
It's great to see you, man.